Hi there, I'm Kathy Jed, and this is my second SOS moment. And the purpose of these videos is to cause you to consider trying something new or to reconsider trying something you haven't tried in a while. So today it's on rosettes, and the large rosette on the left is one that I made by hand, and the two smaller ones are ones that I used using the Cricut Ribbons and Rosettes cartridge. So let me go ahead and get started. Let me widen up my shot just a little bit. So to be able to do this, what I did first was I wanted to make one by hand, so that if you don't have a Cricut cartridge, you can make one. And all I did was took a sheet of this is actually a lightweight, but when I did this one I used a heavier weight. This is Graphic 45, but it doesn't really matter which paper you choose to use. There's just a little bit of a difference. If you use a lighter weight one, after you score it, you can pretty much just bend it back and forth into valleys and mountain folds, and you don't really need a scoring tool like this one, for example, a bone folder. I mean, not the scoring tool, but using a bone folder to kind of crease your edges. If you use a heavier paper, you really do want to use a bone folder to crease your edges so that you get a nice crisp looking rosette. So all I did was cut a 12-inch piece. This is 12 inch by 1.5 inch. If you want a smaller one, you do it by 1 inch. And then you're going to score on the half. So I just grabbed a scoring tool, one that looks like this. I don't know if you can even see that. Let me scoot it down a little bit. Placed my paper on there and then scored on every 1/2 inch, flipped it over, slid it over to the 1/4 inch, and then scored on every 1/2 inch again. That way I ended up with the cleanest and most crisp way to get my valley and mountain folds, and then again folded to get my rosette like this. So let me show you how I put together the one with the Cricut cartridge, and then you'll know how I put together the one that I did by hand. So when you're using the Cricut cartridge, this is what it looks like, ribbons and rosettes. And the one that I put together was on page 61, and that's this one right here. And I cut it out at 1 inch, like I said, and I cut out 6 of them. And so when you do that, you'll get a little piece that looks just like this. And again, because this is lightweight paper, I can go ahead and just fold it already. So there's little tiny score marks. I don't know if you can see that, but they're already there. So technically you can just, with a lightweight paper, just back and forth and put together your little piece here. And again, because those scoring marks are already there for you, and with a lightweight piece of paper, you can easily just fold this into the right shape without having to mess with a scoring tool. And then you've got your piece. And so you'll do this 6 times, and then you're going to want to attach them with some glue. So here's a piece that I've already attached together, and this is 5 of them, and I'm going to go ahead and add on the 6th one so you can see what I did. So there's my little glue tab right there that I just folded, or you saw me fold it on the smaller one. And I'm just going to use some Scotch Quick Dry adhesive and put a little on this full flap here. This glue sometimes dries close together, and so where's my little, glues my cap together. Just gonna poke a hole on the top there and get that waking it up again here. There we go. And then once you glue that together, you can push it all back together so you get those nice crisp edges. And once we've done that, we can go ahead and attach the entire piece together. So this glue flap again, that's what's great about the Cricut cartridge actually, is that it has this little flap for you all ready to go. But this is the same thing you do after you've folded your piece when you've done it by hand. And to make mine look a little bit fancier, when I did mine by hand, I just used a scallop diamond punch, and this is an EK Success punch, which I punched the edge of. Where's my piece? So I just punched the edge before I folded my valleys and my mountain folds, and that gave me more of a decorative edge. So now we can put this piece together. And it just all lines up so perfect. And then what I'm going to do is, I need something to kind of center this on and anchor it. If I just press it down, obviously it has to stick to something. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to use just a piece of white cardstock, and I have a 3/4 inch hole punch, or circle punch. I'm going to cut one out with the main piece of cardstock, and then I'm going to grab some of this, and you'll probably recognize this. It looks just like the sticky tape. I'm looking for my package. I buy mine at Michael's. You can buy it by the sheet, so you're probably used to seeing it look like this, the sticky tape, but you can also buy it in sheets. And so this is the Michael's brand. It's made, it says Recollections on it, and just, I don't know how many sheets is this, 4 pieces. So you just grab a piece of this and punch another hole. This is going to give us a quick sticky surface. Oops, it's going to get caught in my punch here. That's all right. Actually, I'm going to punch another one. Oops, I think my punch is getting sticky. Darn it. Just go ahead and use this other one. Okay, so I'll go ahead and remove the white paper backing from the back and stick this onto my little white piece. Just like that. And this isn't going to totally stick to our rosette. This basically just gives me a little bit of a sticky surface to hold my piece together. So remove the red circle and lay this down, and then I can lay my rosette down. This is a little tricky. I just grab as much of it as I can in my fingers and move it. And I'm kind of just guessing. I don't usually hit the center, but I just do the best that I can. So once I've done that, I'm going to give a little pressure, and it's probably going to pop up. Oh, now it's not going to do it on camera. I've had to put a little bit of hot glue in the middle. Actually, I just used a medium temp glue gun to make it stick, but I think I just got lucky and it's going to stick for me. Maybe. But if it doesn't stick, it'll pop up just a little bit, and then you can grab your low temp glue gun, put a little bit of glue in the center, and it'll hold it together. I'm not sure why I just got lucky since it hasn't worked for me. I thought I had a foolproof way to do it. Now it's going to work the other way. Anyhow, maybe it depends on the thickness of your paper. But once you've got that together, another thing that you can do that kind of makes these stand out a little bit is to ink around the edges. And so I'm just going to grab some Rich Cocoa Memento ink and a sponge. And I think it just kind of makes this pop, so you can see how it is now. But then when I ink around it, just kind of seems to come alive a little bit more. Now you're probably wondering, what can I do with this rosette once I've made it? Well, the reason I've made this smaller is so that I can stick it on a card or stick it on a scrapbook page, or even sticking this on top of a cute little present. And then you can layer things on top of it, like putting a medallion, or let me show you what I wanted to do with mine. So you can take, where's my Cricut cartridge here? Back to the Rosettes cartridge, you can turn to page 55, for example. Well, actually, you can see them all in here. There's tons of them, but on 55 is the one that I'm going to use. And you'll see this little round medallion in the middle right here. And I went ahead and cut one out at 1 inch, which is the same size that I cut my rosette at. And once you've done that, you'll end up with a little piece that looks just like this, which you can then attach onto your rosette. And I'm just going to grab some hot glue over here real quick, since it'll be the fastest, and stick that in the middle. And then to go on top of that, I'm grabbing this Jolie's Boutique French General package, and it has these really cute little, oh my word, the word escapes me. What are they called? I can't remember in the moment. Anyhow, I'm gonna grab one and stick one in the middle here. And it makes such a cute little way to embellish the rosette. I have no idea why the name is escaping me on camera since I've been thinking about it. Anyhow, Cameo. That's the word, cameo. So you can stick a cute little cameo, or you can stick a ribbon, or you can stick a button, or you can stick a ribbon and a button, or whatever you want to do just to jazz up your rosette just a little bit. So next, tune into my next video and I'm going to show you how I'm going to use this on a card. And anyhow, I hope you learned something, and maybe we'll consider trying or retrying making a rosette. Hopefully I've explained it well. Anyhow, have a good day and thanks for watching. Bye.